A whole bunch of 4-week-old Labradoodle puppies. What is more fun on a rainy Vancouver Island afternoon? These are the Calligraphy Australian Labradoodle puppies, and this is their 4-week litter update. And today we're going to talk a lot about desensitization. We're going to touch again on toys a little bit, and we're going to talk a little bit about Halloween and how we prepare our puppies for events like Halloween, New Year's, Canada Day celebrations, anytime we hear fireworks. And we're also going to do a little update on Mama Anise, who is not in the video today, and we'll talk about why that is. Hi, I'm Claire from Van Isle Labradoodles, and holy smokes, these puppies are so much fun now. They are just all over the place. They have got to that magical age where it's all about people and fun. It's play, 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 and it's, hey, pay attention to me. No, wait a minute, pay attention to me. They just love their people now. You can see it's quite different how they react to me being in here, even from last week. Now they're all climbing all over me, and they're all vying for attention, and they're just having a blast living life. Now I have to say I'm very proud of these puppies. They are doing extremely well with eating their solid food. So they have graduated to eating just full raw, no more pablum. And I'm sorry, I said this was their 4-week update. This is their 5-week update. 4 weeks was last week. Time goes by way too fast. I'm trying to keep them for as long as I can. Anyways, they're 5 weeks old, and they are eating all raw with a little bit of goat milk mixed in here and there. But you know, when we gave them the pablum, they ate it, and they're like, oh yeah. And it's a little bit tricky to make that very appealing when you have a mom with a milk bar like Anise. Anise still has enough milk to probably feed 30 puppies. Oh yeah, you think so too? I know. But what we're doing is we're trying to get her to dry up a little bit. So of course, if you're a puppy and you've got this wonderful source of beautiful, warm, mummy milk, why on earth would you want to go to all the effort of eating pablum? So we only did the pablum for a few days, and then we gave them a plate of raw food with the goat's milk. Yes, we did. We made sure it was all warm, and oh my goodness, they all dove in head first. There was no problem convincing them then that, oh, it's okay to eat. Because today, now that today is the day they turn 5 weeks old, they're going to have a big change. This is going to be the first night they sleep without Anise. Anise will be coming back and sleeping in our bedroom with us now, as we try very hard to get her milk bar to dry up enough so she can go home again. We probably may have to keep her a couple of days longer than normal, but luckily her guardian mom is very experienced and well able to deal with a dog who needs a little bit of extra cabbage and a little bit of time and attention in order to make sure they don't get mastitis as we try to wean the puppies. So the kids really have blossomed this week. They've moved on to that raw food, and now that they're so social and so curious, we've also started on doing more desensitization with them. So desensitization is step 1 of socialization. We start with a lot of desensitization, and then at about the time when we allocate the puppies, when we match them to you, then that's when we start to do more traditional types of socialization. And hey, are you going to join the party here too? Come on, you're the biggest one. Or no, you're not, you're pink. Are you going to wake up? Yeah, come on, join the party. The real socialization as opposed to desensitization is a different thing. So when we talk about desensitization, I'm going to show you an example. Reyna, would you mind getting me just a small dog dish, please, and a spoon? We're just going to show you the type of thing that we do with desensitization. A lot of it in the beginning is related to sounds. So what we're trying to do is make sure the puppies are not, are not worried when something new and unexpected happens. So So you see Burgundy, she ran away there at first, but now she's right back and she's all curious again. And the other puppies are like, oh, that sounds like dinner. Is there something in there? So we just make sounds like this. This is not what normally happens. And there's Green Collar Girl. She's also wondering what the heck. Different tones, different volume. And this is all part of our observation of each puppy. Now we want to make sure that nobody was scared by that nobody ran away. Green looked like maybe she didn't like it, so I just take a little bit of time and give her extra cuddles. And now, or sorry, this is Blue Collar Boy, not Green, sorry, this is Green. Now I'm going to throw this spoon in the dish. And see, really nobody's even paying attention now. So that's desensitization. You start with something new, you do it and you get a reaction from them. You do it a few more times until you get no response and they're desensitized to it. So sounds are what we work with first. Now it's getting close to Halloween. It's the 15th of October today. And one of the things that a lot of people have difficulty with is their dogs being very afraid of fireworks. Many dogs go missing at Halloween and other times when fireworks are used as a celebratory thing by people. Dogs get afraid. They can hear things in the fireworks that we can't hear. But at the same time, you can imagine if you can't appreciate the visual beauty of a firework, then imagine what it would be like just to hear this and all the explosions. For us, the two things go hand in hand. We associate those great, big, loud sounds with the explosion of beautiful lights and patterns to enjoy. But you'll know as well, when you have a baby or a young child who doesn't appreciate the visual aspect, all that banging is a scary thing for them too. So lots of times when we have things like that, or if you have a baby, for instance, at a hockey game, a football game, you'll see that they're wearing headphones. Well, headphones don't work very well with puppies. So we have to make sure they're prepared for these things and that they don't cause them any alarm. So that's why we do all sorts of fun things like this. It's really easy to do. There you see Blue is still running around going, I need some reassurance. And that's totally fine. We want to make sure he gets that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the offending item right in front of him. And now I'm going to leave him to explore it. I'm going to let him figure out that it's totally innocuous and nothing to worry about. That's if his sister here doesn't stop sitting in it. And then we just move it around and we keep making this sound. So we're just going to keep doing this throughout the video until we're sure that everybody is completely happy. There's what I want. See? There we go. Now Blue's coming up and he's interested in seeing what it is. That's the kind of thing we want. And then we put it away because it's really easy for them to get used to it. But in 3-4 minutes, they'll have forgotten about it, and we want to make sure that that experience is ingrained in their memories and that they aren't alarmed by it. So the other thing that we do for the kids right now is we use YouTube to help us quite a bit. There are many playlists, and this works fabulously at home. Even if you have an older dog who is afraid of perhaps thunder or is worried about fireworks, find a YouTube playlist. There's lots for thunderstorms and fireworks. Play it for your dog on a very low volume. Make sure they aren't reacting. And then as you see your dog not being worried by it, increase the volume in small increments. If you get a woo reaction from an older dog, that means you need to go back. Now, ideally, what you'll be able to do is give your dog some treats while these sounds are playing. Not all dogs will be able to accept treats when they're in a state where they're a little bit afraid. That's your cue as to know when your dog is ready to have the volume increased to be exposed to more of this. Once they're okay with having a treat, away you go. If they're totally afraid and completely can't deal with it, then you'll want to just have them on your lap, play it very low for only 5-10 seconds, reassure them, leave it. Walk away, do it again in a few minutes. It can take quite a while with an older dog. But when you get a Van Isle Doodle puppy, they'll already be completely fine with those sounds, not worried about it, and you can have all sorts of fireworks going off and they'll just be like, oh well, whatever, it's another day. So you don't need fancy equipment. You can do this at home. You just need a pot and a spoon, and you'll do that a few times. And you do other things. All sorts of different sounds. You can see Mama Anise is here. She would like to be in the video, but we're not having her in here because we don't want her to be feeding her puppies, because that will just make more milk production. So see, this is great. Anise is over here and occupying their attention. So they've got their favorite thing in the world right here. Something that's a little less favorite, and look at what Blue's doing. Blue's not paying the least bit of attention now. So sometimes that's all you need, is to have a little bit of a different distraction and something that gives them something else to think about, and then off they go. And then the other thing you can do is just roll things around like this. Oh, what was that? Oh, look at that. See, Blue's still a little bit afraid again. He's definitely thinking about it. Oh, but he's going to come over and investigate. Oh, this isn't Blue, this is Red. That's investigating. Red's not worried about at all. Red thinks she's going to get something to eat and looking to see if there's anything in there. It's getting close to dinner time. But there's a different sound that Red doesn't like too much. So it's all about finding balance. Just doing a bit of things, not for too long. There we go, yeah, good girl. And then giving lots of reassurance, good girl. And then letting them explore it on their own if they feel like it. So that's desensitization. That's different from socialization, but the principle's the same. Socialization is where you expose your dog to a new situation. There, you see, that's what I want. Mr. Blue is there investigating. Now, if he investigates enough, he'll make a noise all on his own and see if he scares himself with it or if he just thinks it's fun. Socialization is when you take a dog, say for instance, to Winners, which is dog friendly, and they meet a whole bunch of new people while they're in their pup pack or on their blanket in the shopping cart. That's socialization. Meeting people, going to new places, exploring new things. But it's the principle that's the same. You want to be very observant of your puppy. You want to make sure that your puppy's not uncomfortable, that they're not afraid of what's happening, that they're totally okay in the moment. And if they're afraid, if they're showing you any of these signs like Blue and Red did, where they weren't happy with what was going on, you just give them a little bit of a cuddle and say, hey, it's okay, Rover, everything's fine. Not to worry, Fido, Mommy's here. That's a good puppy. And then you walk away for a bit, give them a break, and then try it again. And so you'll see here, this is just what I was hoping, where Mr. Blue goes, explores, and now I don't think he's in the least bit worried about it. I can probably do things without him running away. Yep, success, yay. Now you also see the puppies are chewing on, well, they're chewing on my toes, which is getting a little painful because those teeth are there, but they're also chewing on a new rope toy there. So their teeth are through enough now that it's time to graduate to things that offer a little bit more resistance. Oh my goodness me, what did you do? A little bit more resistance when they are trying to teeth, because they're a little bit farther along in the process. So last week we introduced some softer toys. We were more worried about texture, different sounds, the opportunity to interact with one another and play tug. And now this week we have introduced something that's a little bit firmer for them to start practicing their teething on. Again, the main thing here that we're trying to do is we're showing them that these are okay to chew on, and other things like my toes aren't. But in order for them to learn what they aren't supposed to chew, they need to learn what they can chew first. Now you'll see Red's got my toes in her mouth there, and I'm not going to say no at this point, because first of all, they need to learn what my skin feels like, smells like, and tastes like, so that I can say later, and they'll understand, oh, that's the stuff that I'm not supposed to be near. We don't tell any of the puppies N-O in any way yet. And in fact, we never use the word no too much with babies. We tend to use the word instead. No sounds too much like some of the puppies' names. So like if you had Noah, for instance. So we try to use something that's a little bit more distinct and easier for them to recognize. So that will be And we've got somebody doing a poop, and so I'm just going to get Reynolds to pass me some paper towel so I can pick that up and get that out of the way for everyone. That was you, Green, little monkey. Yes, thank you. You're supposed to do that before the video. Oh, Reynolds going to clean it up for me. Great service. So that's what the puppies are up to this week. And this is helping getting them prepared to meet you at the upcoming family visit. I think by then, all they'll want to do is get all your hugs and kisses and play with all of your toys. And you'll have to be prepared for your toes getting nibbled on. Yeah, there we go. So now let's go through the puppies. We'll do them in birth order, and we'll talk a little bit about their weight and see if we've had any change in their who's the biggest and who's the smallest. And it looks like I weighed them all just before we started, and they were just climbing all over my phone. There we go. For a minute I thought they'd erased all the data, but it's okay. I found it. So we're going to start with Pink Color Girl, because we do everybody in order. I just have to find her. Where are you? Are you black or are you pink? I can never tell you two apart. No, you're black. Where is your sister? There she is. Here's Miss Pinky, who seems very sleepy today. We got her at her nap time. Hello, baby girl. Hi. Pinky is our beautiful gleaming ebony girl with this touch of white hair. This girl is a soft natured girl. Things don't bother her. She's fairly unflappable. You notice that she didn't respond really particularly to the sounds much. Very strong eye contact, as you can see. She's the type of puppy that so far things just roll off her back. Very, very personable with many, many kisses that go on. And Miss Pink, oh my goodness, now Miss Green, how am I supposed to read my phone? Miss Pink is 1.81 kilograms. And that makes her the second biggest puppy. She was last week as well, so we haven't changed our order in terms of who's the biggest puppy. Right, Angel? Love you. Next we have Ouchie, red collar. Ow, ow. Ow, what you doing there? That's who's chewing my toes. Oh, red collar girl, how rude. Miss Red Collar is this absolutely adorable open face party. Open face just means that she has white all through her face here. You can see she's got some smooshes of black there, a little bit like Papa Samurai. I think it's very cute. Now you saw that Red was a little bit suspicious of what we were doing, but quickly bounced back, and that is typical of her response to things. And you'll see how she too is seeking out a lot of eye contact. She looks for reassurance from her people and from her litter mates. And Miss Red is coming in at 1.55 kilograms. Hi, sweetie. Now it's you, right? Love you. And then we have Green Collar Girl. And Green Collar Girl, that is not you because you're black. Oh no, where is Green? I've lost Green. Oh, in the crate? Is there one in the crate? Nope. Behind you. Behind me? This is not green, this is burgundy. Oh, this is blue actually. Just a minute. We'll find out which puppy we need. Right here is Green, right in front of me. There we go, the Black Phantom, the pretty little angel girl who looks so much like her mama. This puppy's fun. This puppy's got lots of spunk and lots of personality. She's a go-getter. She's out there all the time. Things don't scare her. She's just curious, fun. She's got lots of energy. And I don't mean that she's hyper. I mean she's just a happy, she just loves life and everything that goes along with it. Yes, that's you. And Miss Green is 1.51 kilograms. And you'll see she's also squirmy. She's always ready to go. She likes attention, but she's not one that's going to snuggle right up and spend hours in your neck. And look at that tail. This is indicative of this girl's personality. Always happy. Then we have Burgundy Collar, which is right here. I can always tell the party's better than the Ebony's. Hello, Burgundy. Burgundy's fun. She's adventuresome. She's outgoing. This is a bold puppy. She too is, so she's a bit like her sister Green. Nothing in the world concerns her at all. She's easygoing. She wants to play, and you'll see she's making a little bit less eye contact with me and checking out her siblings more. At this point in time, she's very focused on play and being with her friends. Now, if you've got a toy and you play with her, then she couldn't care less about them, and she's focused on you, because right now it's all about having fun. And Miss Burgundy is our smallest puppy. She is 1.34 kilograms. Then we have Mr. Blue. Mr. Blue, who was a little bit worried about the sounds we were making. Come here, buddy. Mr. Blue is a thoughtful, quiet puppy. He does not like to be bold and adventurous, as you saw today. At the moment, at this point in his development, he likes to sit back and watch, and you can often find him going in his crate and looking out to see what everyone else is doing before he decides whether he wants to do it or not. Very, very focused on people, as you can see. Very strong attachment to people, and also enjoying to have security from people. He looks to people to provide him with comfort and guidance. This is all, of course, likely to change. This is just what I'm telling you what they're like today. Ow, 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 my toe. Mr. Blue is 1.7 kilograms even. That's you. You should go play with the bowl now. Go make noises. Go investigate that bowl. See if you can make a noise. And then last but not least, we have Mr. Black, who is our biggest puppy in the litter. This is you over here. Come here, Angel. Oh my goodness, we need a crane to lift you. Oh, this is one solid puppy. This puppy is gorgeous. You are just a handsome boy. Now this guy is our all-rounder. Even-tempered. He's right, he loves to explore new things, but he's not goofy about it. He's not shy, he's not worried about anything. He just goes through the day, completely loves everything, just takes the whole world in stride. And he's a little bit more of a mellow puppy. And as you can see, he might just be a little bit affectionate. I love his kisses, yes. And Mr. Black is, as usual, our biggest guy, and he is 2.23 kilograms, our bruiser, but he's our gentle giant as well. It often works out in our litters that the biggest puppy is the gentlest and kindest, and the smallest puppy is the most outgoing and most tenacious. I don't know if that's just simply by virtue of their size or if it's just a coincidence. So here's some new noises. And see, this is great because we got Blue Collar coming over to see what's going on. Not running away, just saying, well, what the heck is that one about? Sometimes dogs like some sounds and other sounds bother them more. But there we go. This is exactly the result that you are going to look for at home when you're socializing your puppy and they have a little bit of a, I'm not so sure response in the beginning. So that's your litter update for week 5, not week 4, week 5. I hope you really enjoyed it. And please, if you have questions, we love if you take a moment to drop something into our comment section. It helps us out a lot with the algorithm. And also, you know me, I like to talk about Labradoodles, so don't hesitate to drop something in there. And we will not see you next week because it's our puppy family visit week, but we will see you after that, and it will be allocation time pretty much for these guys. So thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed today's video.